Hello. Oh, that's very loud. Hello, hello, hello. You are listening to WMUC FM College Park. This is the Moral Hazard Show. I'm your host, Stephen Fung, and I'm actually today's a special day. It's not very often that we have a genius guest. You know, no hate to all my other guests, but truly, none of you match the genius of the guest we're about to have today. She's beautiful. She's a genius. She is my girlfriend, so none of them also can match with that. So please welcome my guest for tonight at the Moral Hazard Show, Emma Newkirk. Emma, say hi.
Hello, hello. Good to be here.
It is so good to be here. It's great to be at WMUC FM College Park, the best radio show, the best radio station in the world is what I've been hearing. According to a new Pew Research poll, WMUC is actually the best radio station. So if you tune out, you're losing out. All right? Just, keep that in mind. But, so this is Moral Hazard, all right? For those of you who aren't familiar, maybe you weren't tuned in at 10 p.m. last week when we had our first episode on WMUC FM 90.5. We were previously on digital for those who ever listened, were ever fans. We have a lot of fans that came back here. It was a great show. Maybe you will be a fan too, a listener who is not a current fan for some reason. I don't know why you aren't. If you ever were tuned in to current events or the things that happen in the world or anything like that, if you care about what's going on, if you're a good person, then you'd be a Moral Hazard fan. I'm just saying. There's still time to change, right? I mean, Emma didn't listen to Moral Hazard ever. She's never listened to a single episode. She can't name one. She doesn't even know what Moral Hazard is. Isn't that right?
Yeah, no, never ever seen the show. You talk about it a lot, and usually I'm thinking about something else.
I'm sorry. Are you tuning me out when I talk about Moral Hazard?
No, I would never. I'm tuning something else in.
Oh, okay. Okay, so it's just, the Moral Hazard is just noise then.
Yeah, the other thing just sort of goes over it.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's understandable, I don't expect I expect most of our listeners are actively listening to Moral Hazard, right? But I imagine there's a few stragglers who like to put it on because my voice is so soothing.
It really is. No. I do listen to the show sometimes, and when I do, I try to paint my nails, and I cannot do it. My hands look insane.
All right. Well, let's... Our new guest... No, I'm kidding. I'm only kidding. But there is a line of guests outside, so watch your tone, buddy. All right?
There's a whole line?
There's a whole line.
That hallway looked empty.
No. There were actually many people. You just didn't notice them because you were too tuned in to...
I saw people running away when you turned on that.
No. Those were people who were going home at 10 p.m. because they have reasonable bedtimes. We do not here. Moral Hazard is for the people without reasonable bedtimes. The people who don't go to class. The people who do go to class but don't listen. The people who put in their AirPods during class to tune into Moral Hazard. Moral Hazard is not for the normal. All right? It's for the genius. If you were listening to Moral Hazard, you are a genius. You listening to FM radio in 2025, if you're listening to FM radio, you're cool. You're awesome. I know. Listen,
well, it's like people who still wear corded headphones.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if you send us our Reddit, if you send us your Reddit account, we will follow you. We will give you free karma. We will like all your posts for free karma. And that's my promise to you, dear listener of Moral Hazard, is that I will always have your back, even if I don't agree with your lifestyle as a Reddit poster or someone who uses corded headphones. I haven't used corded headphones in years.
I think the last time I used them was middle school.
I don't understand how people still use corded headphones. I know there's audio files out there that are yo, you got to use the JBL whatever's with the cord, and they look like you plug them into a Walkman, and they're so transformative, but I can't do the cord.
Well, they say the cord makes it sound better, but you have to wrap the cord breaks. You just have to wrap it around your phone until it sounds right.
Well, you could have the best quality cord. You could have titanium. You could have titanium insulation on your cord to prevent it from tearing, but it's still very inconvenient. I can't I can't listen to music and walk around my room without like if I'm plugged into my computer, I can't walk around my room while listening to music. I have to have like my computer in my hands. That doesn't.
Wow.
I mean, you could get like an Oculus cable that's like 10 or 20 feet long, but
Why
that's
are you
impractical.
only listening to music on your computer?
Because the quality's bad. No, I'm only listening to music on my computer because I only do things on my computer. I don't use cell phones. I'm a Luddite, all right? I'm like a Luddite, except I don't. I'm a Luddite, except it's only no phones, all right? Computers are where it's at.
Yes, of course.
Yeah. No, but I mean, Apple is terrible, you know?
Oh.
I don't have an Apple computer. I have an Apple phone. And I can't do anything on it because
Yeah.
Apple doesn't let you do anything on their phones.
No,
You can't do a single thing.
Instead, your gaming computer is carrying you all the way.
Hey, I can't look. I don't have VS Code on my Apple phone. All right.
All right.
I can't open Blender on my phone and create put a tank sinking in the sand. Speaking of which, I'd like to shout out. We used to do Alumni of the Week. We're still doing Alumni of the Week. Get ready for that, okay? But we're actually adding another thing. This is class of the season, all right? Class of the season. If you are a UMD student, highly recommend ART 469. That is ARTT 469. If you are a senior or in senior standing, maybe you have some AP credits, you know? Maybe you went to MoCo, got a couple classes in basket weaving, and then you transferred over. If you are in senior standing, you can take ART 469. And if you have ever had a creative if you ever had like a creative itch in your body, you can succeed in 469. I'm just saying.
Dude, I feel like I could take 469.
You could definitely take You're good at art. That's not a.
Well, I don't like make art.
I don't make art either, but I was able to make it for this class.
You've dedicated so much time
I've
to
dedicated
making art for this
All right,
class.
listen. Don't hate on me just because like I may have spent like an hour on one of the things that I like claimed was my magnum opus, but I did end up staying up till like midnight making 2 magnum opuses.
It was 2:30 in the morning. You texted
2:30 in the morning. What's the plural of magnum opus? Is it magnums opus or is it magnum opuses?
I want it to be magnum opus.
I like magnums opus. I like magnums opus. Like passers-by.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
that
think-
never made much sense to me.
I don't know why we say passers-by. Listen, if you are a linguist and you know why we say passers-by instead of like pedestrians or whatever, people passing by, call in. As always, our phone is unplugged, and even if it was plugged in, I wouldn't respond to your call because, listen, we have to follow FCC guidelines here, and I don't trust a single person that's listening to FM radio at 10 p.m. on a Wednesday in 2025. It's 2020, and we're still listening to FM. Come on, guys. In the big 2020, I miss when the years where like you could make glasses out of them for New Year's, you know?
Yeah.
We don't have that anymore. 2020 was the last year.
Well, did you see what they've started? Like, they're just stacking numbers on top of normal glasses.
It's just give up on the glasses. You stop. Who is out here like their specialty is New Year's glasses? You knew that was going to end. You couldn't like add a number and be like, oh man, looks like in 2021 we won't be able to do this anymore. God, someone should get rid of these people. All the New Year, listen, Party City. I like Spirit Halloween. Keep Spirit Halloween. I like the fact that they disappear the minute it's over, you know? But like Party City and those types of like party companies, get rid of them. We don't need it. Who is throwing a party on a non-holiday that is using Party City?
Birthdays happen all year round. You know that, right?
Yeah, but like buy it off Amazon. Why do you need a unique store? You don't need to like go in and like try on the costumes or whatever, try on the masks. There's no who's doing mask parties? What masquerades? What like
Dude, I'd throw a masquerade birthday party.
No one throws masquerades. People imagine it when they're posting on Reddit or 4chan or whatever. They're like, "Oh my god, imagine it was a masquerade and all the women couldn't see what I looked like."
That's the dream. The women can't see what you look like.
No, as in the persona of a Redditor, yes, that is the dream.
That's the dream.
That's the dream. That's what they want the masquerades for, so women can't see how ugly they are.
And they can't like picture your face from how you're talking or anything.
They can picture the face. That's why it never really. That's why Redditors don't get invited to masquerades, because people know what they look like and know what they sound like and know who they are as people, and then they're like, I don't know. No, I think I'll just use you for homework answers.
Wow.
Sorry. If you are a Redditor and you're listening to Moral Hazard, you're one of the good ones, okay? We're not talking about you. We're talking about the other that we constantly vilify on this show.
I feel like you might be talking about them.
No. Oh, no. How mistaken you are, because I would never disparage a listener of the Moral Hazard show.
Of course.
Because as a listener, as an active listener, at least someone who has been an active listener for at least 5 minutes, you are the smartest person in the world.
Wow.
At least smarter than Einstein.
Really?
Dude, do you think Albert Einstein, do you think anyone, thought Albert Einstein was hot?
I'm sure. Everyone...
Was he married? Did he have a wife?
Probably.
All right, you're Googling this now. You're my Jamie. Look this up. Did Albert Einstein have a wife? And did she love him for who he was, or because people liked him and people thought he was smart?
Oh, I don't know if I can gather the second part of that.
Elsa Einstein? Why does she have the same last name? Are they siblings? That's only a joke, people. I'm not that dumb.
Wow.
We're gonna get to news at some point. All right. Did Albert Einstein have wife?
Yes. Albert Einstein had wife.
He had children?
3 children.
What are they up to? Click on Hans Albert Einstein. He got his dad's name. He clearly is the favorite.
Well, he died in the 70s.
Jesus, man. That's so sad. Why would you tell me that? Well, couldn't you just pretend he was alive?
I mean, all the pictures are in black and white. I feel like you could have figured out that he's
No,
dead.
They had color photography in the 70s.
Yeah.
Do you think there's probably a bedside photo in color? No, he wasn't a good physicist. Was he a physicist? No shame on Hans Albert Einstein. If you listened to the show and you were a Hans Albert Einstein fan, if you have cited him more than twice, I apologize to you. But what did he do? What is it?
It says he was an engineer.
He was an engineer. Yeah, he wasn't putting out publications.
And notice how it says he was the second child, but he was listed 3rd on Einstein's Wikipedia.
Oh, that shows you that he was just not... They hated him. They hated him. Anyways, that's enough time talking about Albert Einstein and how smart you all are for listening in. But welcome to Moral Hazard. I'm your host, Stephen Fong. Moral Hazard is your go-to hour of brain-nourishing content on current events, hosted by the world's foremost expert in business. And Emma, why am I the foremost expert in business?
You have more subscriptions to business stuff than I know of anyone.
That's because I'm elitist and I want to feel like I have esoteric knowledge.
Yeah.
So I pay for I pay for the subscriptions that no one else can pay for.
Yeah, and I'm also an art history major, so you're the most business I know.
Oh, of course. But the actual answer is because I can only count to 4, which is why I'm the foremost expert in business.
Oh yes, this is how you know I don't listen to the show, because you definitely say that at the beginning of every show.
That was a gimme. I knew you knew that one because I've told you it. I've made that joke several times. It never lands.
No, it's never gotten a laugh.
Wow, it was so bad that you scrubbed it from your memory. You repressed it. I
mean, maybe if you had a live studio audience that laughed with it, I would remember.
Okay, Moral Hazard listener, if you would like to be part of the live studio audience, well then call in. And I will answer the phone. Look, the phone's plugged in right now. Emma, don't say anything. The phone's plugged in right now. Call in. If you have to leave a voicemail, leave it. Our secretary will get to it.
I mean, it looks like the phone doesn't really exist. There's a light on. But
there's a light on,
so it's missing.
The light on clearly shows that it's plugged in. The handset missing means that you just have to go to speaker.
Oh, of course.
You just have to tilt that mic towards it.
What, the broken mic is what we're...
Yes, the broken... Okay, it's not a broken mic per se. It's a mic that was once good but is now bad.
So, broken.
No, it's well worn. It's loved. It's a loved mic.
It's a loved mic.
Millions have used that mic for podcasting. It is the most run-through mic you can imagine.
Rough.
Yeah. It the entire football team made podcasts with that mic. Dude, these football players, listen, love UMD. These football players need to figure something out. Maybe start a podcast. Listen, if you're a football player and you listen to Moral Hazard, you should be doing training, but I will have you as a guest on the show and we can talk about football. I know ball. All right?
You know ball?
I know ball.
I have never once seen you watch anything.
Dude, I know who Saquon Barkley is, and I know who Jalen Hurts is, and I know they're going to save us from Pat Mahomes and Travis Kelce, who are, listen, all these so-called Democrats and so-called leftists right now are complaining about how terrible the world is, but no one's ever speaking about like that the Chiefs might win another Super Bowl.
And that's really the worst.
I don't like Pat Mahomes. I don't like the way he talks. I'm sorry if you're a Pat Mahomes fan. I don't like how he talks.
I don't know a single person that likes Pat Mahomes.
Who likes Pat Mahomes? Listen, I like Travis Kelce as an idea. I like him as a concept, right? Mm-hmm. Like, I don't listen to Taylor Swift, but I'm not just gonna hate on Travis Kelce because he's dating her, right? Like, I think he's a good-looking dude, and apparently he has a pretty funny podcast. I mean, he's like a funny guy. Like, you know, like he doesn't have Gronk like levels of brain damage yet. Yeah. So like I can respect it. I've never listened to his podcast. I've seen clips. So I guess that counts.
I didn't know he had a podcast.
He has a podcast with his brother.
Oh, see, I've seen his brother talk, and I was like, oh, that's a chill guy. But I've never made it to Travis.
Dude, his brother, I rock with his brothers. The Jason Kelce, dude. He looks like he looks like a mountain man.
A mountain man?
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, I get that.
Dude, he looks like somebody who like went. He looks like someone who fell for the gold rush in California and got stuck there. Dude, okay. I will say this. The reason why there are so many buff dudes in California, like in Los Angeles, that are just like walking around in Los Angeles, that are like they're buff and giant, they look like monsters, but they're dressed like they're trying to fit in. The reason there are so many big dudes in California is because all their ancestors fell for the gold rush.
That's why.
All of them bought pickaxes and then walked all the way west.
Wow.
That's the truth, and it's true, and you can look it up, and it's true.
Really? And they got their muscles from their ancestors?
It's genetic.
Really?
It's genetic, yes.
Really? So all the LA gyms are just decoration?
No, the LA gyms are people who they were not Gold Rush.
Oh.
They were not Gold Rush. They were Oregon Trail.
Yeah. That's why they all have so many windows.
And they
look outside and see what they want.
Yeah, well, they want to be Gold Rush.
Yes,
you know, they want to be Gold Rush, but you can't recreate that. No amount of steroids can recreate.
What if we Gold Rush the East Coast and then they have to do it again but the other way?
There is nothing on the East Coast.
There is some oil sometimes.
There is no gold, there is no money. Listen, all of the value that is on the East Coast is a social construct, okay?
Oh.
All the value on the East Coast comes from the financial center in New York City.
Look, I know there's oil in West Virginia.
Listen, all right. We've got an oil baron on the show. You and your oil money. Listen, you may say that there's oil in West Virginia, but guess what else there is in West Virginia?
What?
The Mothman.
I love the Mothman.
I learned about that in 8th grade when I was in West Virginia on a hiking trip. I thought that was the scariest thing ever.
The Mothman is great, and the town has like little themed like treats around it. They make like little Mothman chocolates and cookies and stuff. It's cute.
But what else do they have to do? There's nothing else to do there.
It's so cute.
Harper's Ferry is like scary. I don't like Harper's Ferry.
Really?
I don't like. You took me there.
I did.
That was so scary to me because like we went there and not a single shop was real. They were just like
it was actually really strange.
They're just imagine when we had slaves. Can you imagine that? Imagine how good life was when we had slaves. Yeah, that's what I imagine like the thought process was for Harper Ferry when they made that thing. I don't like it.
Well, and it's strange walking through an empty town like that because you have like Colonial Williamsburg where they have actors and stuff, but that place was just completely empty.
Dude, we saw that scary bird. What even was that? We saw this bird that looked like a statue because it just was so unreal looking. And then I went up to it and it flew away and it made this crazy sound.
You got so close to it and I was actually very, very scared.
Yeah, I know. That was the...
Well, you know I don't like birds.
That was the 13-year-old, hey, we want to see this kind of guy in me that went up to the bird and was like, I should see how it reacts.
Yes, I was so impressed.
Yeah, were you? That's actually the day
Yes.
she said she loved me, guys.
That day.
It was the
yes.
moment. The moment she said she loved me was when I went up to that bird and scared it.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I was one of the kids that would go and like chase away the pigeons that were sitting in the city, in Baltimore. You ever been to Baltimore? No, probably not.
Yeah, my granddad used to live there.
No, you've never been to Baltimore.
Okay.
You've been to like the tourist part.
All right.
Listen, if you haven't had your windshield get squeegeed, then don't talk to me.
I have had my windshield get squeezed.
No, you haven't. I know that for a fact. You have not had your windshield squeegee.
Yeah, I don't drive.
Yeah. Liar. Liar. Coming on air. You know the FCC says you're not allowed to lie?
Yeah?
I haven't told a single lie this episode. You have told like 7.
7?
7. I can name them all, but I won't.
I don't think I've told 7. Maybe like 4.
Well, you've told at least 4. But I'm going to go at least 7 because I live on the edge. Well, listen, guys. We've had enough yap about things that don't matter. When I get back from this PSA, we're going to talk about the things that do matter. Like science and literature and art. We're going to talk about all that coming up soon. But I've got an important message for you. And I hope you're ready because it's going to blow your socks off. I actually don't know which one I'm going to pick. Best Buddies? What's Best Buddies? We're going to listen to Best Buddies, folks. Best Buddies PSA. And this is a PSA coming from Best Buddies. I'll see you soon.
Are you looking for a club that celebrates friendship? Then Best Buddies might be the one for you. We organize social events for local folks with disabilities to come to campus and hang out. Some of our highlights of the past years have been our holiday parties, a polar bear plunge in the freezing Chesapeake Bay, our friendship walk with Best Buddies branches from around the state, and a winter formal with over 80 people. And if you want to learn more information, check out our Instagram at BestBuddiesUMD.
And we're back. We're back at Moral Hazard. That was Best Buddies PSA. Shout out to Andrew Wagner. He came in. He said hi. Good guy. If you ever listen, if you are a Moral Hazard listener and you work at a FANG company, Facebook, Amazon, Apple, Google, Netflix. That's the wrong order. Whatever. If you're a FANG company. Or if you work at Reddit or Twitter or anything that actually pays their employees, well, then you should hire Andrew because he's a genius. I mean, he's actually very smart. He's actually insanely smart. Andrew's insane. I don't know what he's doing here.
I don't know. He walked in and the air changed in the room.
Yeah. Well, I think it's because it's colder outside than inside, but it also the particles in the air actually got excited. It was crazy. It was crazy. Yeah. Andrew's energy is unheard of.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure he's a sophomore. This dude is insane. I distinctly remember he went into an exam, aced it, and walked out 20 minutes later. The exam was an hour 75 minutes. It was 75 minutes long exam. He did it in 20 and then just left and he got an A.
Wow.
This dude's insane. I could never do that in a computer science class. Now, listen. You want me to do that in statistics class? You want me to do that in a operations management class? I'm your guy. But I couldn't do that in computer science.
Yeah, I know you can do it in those classes.
No, I've never done that in those classes. I always take my time and I pay attention in class and I double check my work if you're a recruiter and you're listening to me.
No, you text me to brag about it every
No. I always pay attention and I would never rush an exam just for the ego boost.
No.
Never.
Never.
I've never coined the term FIFO for exam purposes. If you don't know what FIFO is, don't worry about it. If you know, you know. That is you ever seen do you have Twitter? You don't have Twitter.
No.
There's a thing on Twitter where people just say insane things and then they say if you know, you know. I don't like that.
Yeah,
they say IYKYK. Stop. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Sounds ridiculous. I can't even say the things that they say, but they say insane stuff that's thinly veiled, and then they say IYKYK. First of all, shut up. Everyone knows what you're talking about, and you just sound crazy. But second of all, even if people didn't know it, why are you even tweeting it? It's social media. Just make a private account if you want to do like, if you know, you know. Don't throw out like coded messages. You're not the CIA. Anyways, I promised we'd do important things, and we're going to talk about important things. All right? The first thing we're going to talk about is the least important thing. Just kidding. I know for some people it's the most important thing, but here the moral hazard stance here is that it's the least.
Really?
It's the least important thing on our docket right now, okay? We have to talk about Waffle House, okay?
Yeah?
You don't even know about Waffle House. I put that in. You didn't even see it. Yeah, don't read that. Don't read that. You need to be surprised. We don't have a script here, but we have notes. Anyways, CDC gets scrubbed of woke garbage, now contains sleepy garbage, apparently. So the CDC, as you know what the CDC is? Should I mansplain it or should I womansplain?
Actually, I want to hear you mansplain it.
The CDC stands for the Center of Disease Control. That's my mansplain. We're done now.
That's it?
We're done now.
Well, I could have told you that.
What do they do?
Control diseases.
Bro, they made us wear masks. Other than that, they just like hand out resources. That's it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they just like, they're just a blog.
Well, apparently they do more than just hand out resources.
The CDC is a blog.
All right.
No, you didn't even read the notes because
Yes, I did.
I don't say a single resource that's on there.
Well, not resources, but
I think they do research. I don't want to disparage the CDC.
They're clearly writing something.
Oh, they are writing something. They're not lefting something. But yes, according to this new Wall Street Journal article, federal agencies are, they're getting rid of the T, the T in LGBT. But apparently the CDC is getting rid of like all the letters except for like 3. Yeah, I think it's funny that, over a decade now, Republicans, the rhetoric has been that Republicans have been saying that the rhetoric is Democrats are insane and they care about nonsense things and they want to change the words and all that. And then, like, when conservatives get power, they do all this like facts don't care about your feelings stuff, liberal tears, etc. And then they do nonsense like this when they get their power. The first thing they do when they get their power is change words. All right? I think it's stupid. I think it's such a nonsensical. Why are we even fighting on this? Who is this affecting? Do you watch women's sports?
Yes.
You watch women's sports? All right, I can't say 3. Actually, yes, name 3 WNBA players.
No,
because everyone can only name 2. Everyone can only name 2. They can name Caitlin Clark, and then they can name Angel Reese because she doesn't like Caitlin Clark. That's it. That's all people know about the WNBA. Most people don't even know what team Caitlin Clark plays for. It's the Indiana Fever. I watch women's sports because I'm a feminist. Thank you very much. Because I'm a good person. Because I care about things that are going on in the world, and I care about women's representation in basketball. I watch the WNBA.
No, you don't.
I know Caitlin Clark plays for the Indiana Fever, and I know right now that she's not leading in points. Actually, I don't know that. She might be.
I think she's doing better now.
I know she did. I know her first game was like not that good.
Her first game wasn't that good, but I think she was just nervous.
Yeah, it was, everyone gets nervous sometimes. When I played in the WNBA for the first time, I was very nervous.
Really?
Yeah, but then I scored 70 points.
70?
Well, and then I went to the NBA.
They kicked you out of the WNBA?
They kicked me out of the WNBA, and then I got signed to the NBA. It was part of their DEI program, and then I scored 0 points. No, I'm kidding.
Wow.
I'm kidding. First of all, I can't play basketball. Thank you very much. All right? Any WNBA player is smoking me. All right?
Really?
If you want me to play sports, I can't. I was going to say, like, I'll play you in chess, but I can't do that either.
Yeah, you could.
No. Just because I beat you doesn't.
Wow.
Dude, I'm like in the 40th percentile of chess elo.
Yeah, maybe.
I know Scholar's Mate, all right? You actually know Scholar's Mate. You defended against it literally every single time I tried it.
Oh, do I?
Scholar's Mate is like the one where you checkmate in 3.
Yeah, I was unaware of Scholar's Mate. I'm going to be so honest.
Well, I mean, like, the only way to lose to Scholar's Mate is to either not know what it is. Well, to lose against Scholar's Mate, you have to both not know what it is and not know how to develop your pieces. And you at least knew how to develop your pieces.
Well, that's something.
All you have to do is move your Kingside Knight Kingside Knight, and you defend it against Scholar's Mate.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, it's very simple. But, I will say, Scholar's Mate helped me win my elementary school chess tournament. In elementary school, we had this chess tournament. We had this chess master named Arkady. He actually was not that good, but he was good for, like, a child.
I don't know a single child that's playing chess.
Children are playing chess.
Yeah?
Children are playing chess. Children that, listen, COVID was a very good thing for the chess community.
Really?
COVID was a very good You've never heard of Hikaru?
No.
Do you know who Magnus Carlsen is?
No.
Gotham Chess?
I have no clue who you're talking about.
All of those people rose to insane stardom when COVID happened because you couldn't do sports, right? So everybody that like wanted to like watch something was like, I'm going to watch chess. And then they watch these grandmasters just go and play bullet chess and smoke people in a minute. And they're, it's like a spectacle.
I feel like it tells me a lot about you that you said everybody who wanted to watch something went to watch chess.
Well, it was big on Twitch. Big on Twitch. Yeah. Chess shot up during COVID in Twitch.
Interesting.
Twitch is a streaming platform for it. I mean, I assume there's a lot of...
I assume every Moral Hazard listener knows what Twitch is.
Every willing Moral Hazard listener knows what Twitch is. There are some
unwilling.
I have a feeling there's at least like 3 people listening right now that don't know how to turn off their radio. That's why they're tuned in. Yes, they don't know where their radio is. It's just been playing from their floorboards for the past year. And that's why you're listening to Moral Hazards. And I'm assuming because of that, you don't know what Twitch is. And Twitch is a streaming platform. And they're owned by Amazon now. Jeff Bezos. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Have you seen, iShowSpeed? I've shown you this.
You have?
iShowSpeed, the guy, he was a Twitch streamer. He's probably one of the most popular Twitch streamers. He became the mayor of Peru.
Yes, you did show me this.
Yes. Well, to be clear, he wasn't elected mayor. It was an honorary title of mayor. Or a mayor of Lima. Mayor of Lima. Because Peru's the country, Lima's the capital. He became honorary mayor of Lima for like 4 hours.
Just 4 hours?
I don't know if he still has it. I'm pretty sure it was like 4 hours. Yeah.
Yeah. What did he do in his 4 hours?
He went out on the balcony of the Capitol building, and then he like waved out to a crowd of people that all came there to see him. It was like Michael Jackson. It was like Michael Jackson level crowds.
He could have done so much more.
I think he did a backflip.
I mean, look at what Trump's done in 15 days?
Well, see, the thing is like, no one willingly voted in Speed, so he has no power.
Yes. Okay.
But people willingly voted in Trump, so he has
plenty of power.
He has plenty. He has plenty. We're gonna talk about some of it. All right.
Yeah.
I feel like there's some things that we're just not gonna touch on.
That's fair. That's fair.
But anyways, we digress, right?
Yeah.
CDC, beautiful organization. But now they can't. Now they can't do LGBT. They can't say gay. We're literally doing don't say gay. But like in the federal government.
But wait, can they still say LGB? It's just no T?
Exactly. You hit it on the nail. You hit the nail on the head. The original thing was they would say LGBTQIA plus, LGBTQ plus. Now they've gotten rid of everything past B. They've gotten rid of the T, the I, the A, and the plus.
Really?
Okay, well, listen. I mean, like, I don't even know like what the pluses are. I know like one of the pluses. I don't know many. I'm not. Listen,
I think I don't know many.
I'm not a great ally. I know there's like 30 pluses, right? But
30?
I know there's a lot.
Really?
They made a lot of words.
I've never looked at the full list.
They made a lot of words. I'm not against new words being made.
No.
I like when new words get made. I liked skibbity. I liked on fleek. I like brat. I like brat. Well, that wasn't a new word, but
no,
like,
it's a new word.
Fleek, skibbity, damn Daniel. That was a good one. Yeah, but no, I like when new words get made. Republicans don't though, so we just got rid of like a bunch of words. And honestly, in the grand scheme of things, right? When you are making executive orders to get rid of letters in an acronym because it makes you upset and you don't believe in it, that reminds me of like Californian liberals calling everyone Latinx. Like you got mad about that. You got mad that we like said Latinx because we were trying to like make a different language inclusive. Yeah. But like, I mean, come on. You telling me this is different? This is in no way different or better than doing that. All right. You can't get mad at liberals for making changing words. And then you go in the first, oh my goodness, my headphones just cut out. The first thing you can do is like change words. You're not on the moral high ground. You're both just fighting over words.
Well, I'm not mad about it, honestly. It gets us one step closer to a 20-letter alphabet, which is my dream. I feel like if we keep cutting letters down, we'll eventually reach it.
I mean, yeah, here's what I think, right? We shouldn't be cutting down from the acronym. We should be getting rid of these letters entirely.
That's what I'm saying,
because of what they stand for.
Of course.
We can't have these letters that people are co-opting for their woke agenda. Get rid of the letter T, get rid of the letter Z, get rid of the letter X. Why? I don't want any of it.
What did X, Y, and Z do?
I think they were used for things. I don't know.
Just things?
I think they were used for pronouns.
Really?
I have no pronouns.
None?
You will refer to me by my name. I will refer to me by my name. I won't be using I. Steven will refer to me. Steven, is me a pronoun?
I think it is.
Steven will refer to Steven by Steven.
Gosh.
But yes, I genuinely think Emilia Perez coming out in theaters set us back so far. I don't think any of this would have happened if Emilia Perez didn't come out.
Really?
I don't know who it's for.
Neither do I, because like you watch some of it and you're like, maybe it's camp, and then you realize it's completely like it's not ironic at all.
Well, how could it be camp? It's Oscar bait.
Well, some camp things might be Oscar bait.
What camp thing is Oscar bait?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm sure it exists.
come on. There's no camp Oscar bait.
But
you have
like,
to be pretentious.
You go into it thinking maybe it's ironic, and
I don't know what it is because
it's not.
I don't know what it is. Because if you have, like, even the slightest bit of media literacy and you watch Emilia Perez, you're going to say, oh, this is transphobic. And then if you have no media literacy, you're going to watch it and you're going to be like...
This is offensive?
This is trans. This is gay. This is woke. We got to get rid of it. We have to change the letters on CDC.
Wow. It's for no one.
So anyone that gets it doesn't like it, and people who don't get it, like, don't like it. And the people who get it are the leftists that have media literacy.
What about the people who just, like, aren't tuned in enough to care? Like, children.
I don't... Well, children don't care.
Yeah.
Do you think...
So I think they would like it.
Children like Emilia Perez?
I think they would.
Dude, if you were... Listen, Moral Hazard listeners. If you're a Moral Hazard mom and your child... If your prepubescent child has watched...
Moral Hazard moms.
If you're a moral... But there are many Moral Hazard moms.
Really?
I was told... There was a Pew Research poll that was done... There was also a Gallup poll that was done as well, and they surveyed Moral Hazard listeners, and Moral Hazard is the top-rated show among single moms.
Really?
And what we're still not clear on is if watching Moral Hazard makes you a single mom, or if single moms are drawn to Moral Hazard. All we know is that our current listener base is disproportionately single moms. What I think is that if your husband catches you listening to Moral Hazard... a fight breaks out immediately.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Yes, that's what I've heard.
Interesting.
That's what I've heard. You're listening to that garbage.
Wow.
Yeah. We only listen to Red Scare in this household. we only listen to, oh man, what's her name? Oh. Yeah, I told you about this lady. She was on Succession.
She was on Succession.
And then she was like a podcaster. She's Red Scare, she's a podcaster. And she then went on Succession, and she had like a minor role on Succession where she was actually like pretty good.
Are you saying Red Scare or Red Pill?
Red Scare podcast.
Okay.
Red Scare podcast. Dasha Nekrasova. Yes, Dasha Nekrasova. Succession. Apparently she was good. We couldn't watch past like episode 2 of Succession. I was like, this angers me to my core.
We tried so hard to finish it.
I cannot watch that content.
Yeah?
I get that it's groundbreaking and profound or something. I don't know. I'm sure it's good. It was made well. But
yeah.
I can't watch Tom be beta for the rest of the show.
Well, this is why you have to screen the shows before we watch them. Like, we watched Ozark, and you already knew what we were doing.
Yes, if you're listen, Moral Hazard listener, if you haven't seen Ozark, please don't watch. Well, don't watch the last season.
Yeah.
Don't watch the last season. It gets weird and strange. And
I had a good time with what we watched.
The suspension, like, the thing is, like, it's like suspension of disbelief when you watch that show, right? You're like, well, that'd be kind of cool if like that happened in real life, right?
Yeah.
And then you get to like season 4, and then they're doing things that only happen in the director's mind.
Really?
It's like George Lucas writing. You know George Lucas is a terrible like screenwriter?
Never seen a Star Wars movie.
Oh right, you haven't seen a single Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
Wow. George Lucas, terrible writer.
Really?
Terrible writer. The cast had to rewrite so many lines because George Lucas would say the dumbest things.
Wow.
That's how you get lines like, I don't like sand. You know I don't like sand, right?
No.
No? Oh, my goodness. I don't like sand is probably was the worst line in all of Star Wars until Episode 7 happened, and then every line became the worst line.
Rough.
Somehow Palpatine returned. Sorry, that's a little Star Wars reference for you guys. You cool nerds. We're gonna get to the news.
Are we?
No. But okay, so what we were talking about is getting rid of the letters on the LGBTQIA acronym, right?
Yes.
They got rid of the Q and the I. I don't know what the Q does, but I know that the I is like a real thing.
Intersex, yeah, that's a real thing.
It's not like
that's
you
just
can't
like a medical diagnosis.
Yeah, you can't even just decide that like you're I, right? Like you,
like part of it.
you literally are. Like that's how you were born. You were born with, I won't tell you how it exists because the FCC is now owned by Pete Hegseth. It was
Rough.
I don't know who owns. Did I tell you? I told you about this. That we saw when we went to Georgetown. We saw this fancy house. And we were looking at it. We looked at it on Zillow. It actually got sold, I believe, to Scott Bessent, one of the Trump cabinet members, for $12 million.
Yeah, it was the house that looked like a bunch of different houses sort of pieced together, right?
Yeah, it's a historic mansion.
Yeah.
Historic mansion, and one of the cabinet members now owns it, which is I just think is fun. Anyway, so back to the CDC. What does the CDC do? What do we actually know that the CDC does? I don't know who is going on the CDC looking for gay resources in the first place. Do you think... Why would you go on the Center for Disease Control if you think you might be gay?
I feel like the title implies something that is not.
Yeah. I think, if anything, removing letters from the CDC implies that, like, it's not a disease.
Yeah.
And that goes completely
is...
against your messaging.
Yeah.
What I think is put all the letters back on CDC. If you want to, listen, as a Republican think tank guy, you know,
yes,
I rock with Heritage Foundation.
Yeah.
You've seen my Heritage Foundation hat.
Yes, I have.
The Heritage Foundation sponsors our show, guys. That's just a fact. I'm sorry to do this to you. I know this is a not for profit radio show, not for profit radio station. I am sponsored by the Heritage Foundation, but I have to drive in a company car.
Really?
Yeah. Normally company cars are something fuel efficient because they don't want to pay for that much gas. But because it's the Heritage Foundation, they gave me a Hummer H1. Oh. And it's just like, it's a blue Hummer and it says Heritage all over it. It's a vinyl wrap. Heritage.
Wow.
Yeah. Everyone comes up to me and is like, do you work at the dealership? Because of the Heritage dealership.
Yes.
But no, I work at the Heritage Foundation. They're owned by the same guy.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't assume it was a dealership. I've never been to one.
John Heritage, founder of the Heritage dealership?
I've never
been
to
the Heritage Foundation?
I've never been to a car dealership.
Wow.
I can't drive. What am I going to do there?
Walk around, hang out.
And do what?
I don't know. Get ice cream. What do people do?
I don't know.
As someone who doesn't go outside, I don't know what people do when they go outside.
Do they have free coffee or something?
I don't. Maybe if you pretend that you want to buy.
I can pretend.
They'll give you some free coffee, I'm sure. Yeah. They'll get you a pizza if you act like you have a credit score over 700.
Mm-hmm. I want to pretend to be rich.
It's pretty easy. All you have to do is go on. All you have to do is go on a radio station and imply that you're an oil baron. It's pretty easy. Just do that. Just do that. No.
There's oil in West Virginia.
There's oil there. There's money in West Virginia. Arthur, I've got a plan. We're going to dig real deep, and we're going to do Daniel Day-Lewis in West Virginia.
Well, it's really easy. All you have to do is inherit a huge plot of land.
Yeah, and then you can just dig straight down, and then you can frack out all your neighbor's oil.
Yeah, tear down your great-grandparents' house.
Yeah, what's that one Daniel Day-Lewis movie, There Will Be Blood? I drink your milkshake. That's my Daniel Day-Lewis There Will Be Blood impression. If you thought that was good, then become friends with me, and I'll do other impressions that I can't do on air. I'm just kidding. I don't have any of those.
No, none.
No. What I was talking about is my Steve Urkel impression. Mm-hmm. I won't do that here, though, because it's very offensive. People don't like when you are anti-nerd.
Really?
Yeah, there's a huge nerd community out there, and they will drag you on Twitter if you make fun of nerds and the fact that they have straps on their glasses as Gen Z.
I used to have straps on my glasses.
I had a strap on my glasses at one point, but it was purposeful because I was hiking. I've only used it for the utility, not because of the look.
Well, so have I. I used it for my roller coaster club.
That's very smart.
Yeah.
That's very smart. You're a card carrying member of the roller coaster club?
I am. It's in my wallet.
How many roller coasters do you think you've gone on? Unique roller coasters. Not how many times you've gone on a roller coaster. There's a spreadsheet.
There's a spreadsheet.
Okay.
It's 230.
230?
There's a spreadsheet.
Oh my God. Do you get the fast pass or do you wait in line?
Well, the club allows me early access to the parks.
What?
So there are no lines.
So you can go in while the pimply-faced guys are setting up the roller coasters?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Do you guys have is it Eyes Wide Shut? Do you have secret meetings?
I don't think they're secret. They it is kind of weird though, because we all walk into one of those empty buildings at an amusement park that no one's ever in. We all walk in a single file line, and everyone just gets really confused.
Yeah. Well, everyone who's new, they don't know about the roller coaster cartel of America.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Well, I would like to be a card. How much does it cost?
I don't think it costs anything. Well, it might cost a little bit. I think it's
All right, we're not allowed to hawk products on air. So if it costs anything, don't say anything.
Okay.
All right, that means it costs something, guys. Don't buy it, or do buy it, or don't. I can't say you can't buy something. I don't think, but I also can't say you can buy something.
I also don't know if it costs money. My dad pays for it.
All right, Jesus, oil baron. My goodness.
Well, this is something I do with my dad.
Guys, Emma's last name actually isn't Newkirk. So that's by marriage, right? Her family.
By marriage?
Well, yeah, they had to change it, but
yes,
her actual for her ancestors, Rockefeller.
Rockefeller.
Swear to God.
Wow.
Swear to God, her middle name is Standard Oil.
My middle name.
Yes.
Is Standard Oil.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Anyways, let's get back to we got 13 minutes left on the Moral Hazard Show. We're getting back to the news. We're getting back to the news.
We're going to do one story today?
We're going to do one story, and we're going to skip this one. We'll talk about that one next week. Let's talk about Waffle House. That's fun. We like Waffle House, right?
What's going on with Waffle House?
You guys remember when you voted in a president who would lower the egg prices, right? They both said they would lower the egg prices. Mm-hmm. We don't know if Kamala would have lowered the egg prices. What we do know is that Trump hasn't. Yes. All right? All I'm saying, I'm not going to say that Kamala was going to lower the egg prices because I don't know about that, you know? I don't think she knows what the price of eggs is. She lives in Los Angeles.
Did you see there was a whole piece about that? Her and her husband went to a grocery store, and Fox News was talking about how they were like, oh, she's just now finding out how expensive everything is.
That's so stupid. All right, I hate price of milk politics.
Yeah.
That's been a thing that's been going on for so long. I think it started in the UK where they would say oh, blah, 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 doesn't know the price of milk. Something stupid like that. No, of course they don't know what the price of milk is.
Yeah.
You think they go shopping?
Well, my favorite thing about that was the biggest part of that whole
And none of them go shopping. None of them know what the price of milk is unless someone tells them. Sorry.
Yeah. No, the biggest part of that whole story was that she was shopping with her husband. And they were like, what husband goes shopping with his wife?
Oh, my God. You told me about this.
Yes.
That is so insane.
Yes.
That is so insane. Dude, Fox and Friends is the worst. Fox and Friends is the worst thing to ever happen to network television. Roger Ailes, or is it Robert Ailes? I think it's Roger Ailes. Roger Ailes getting that Fair Media Communications Act repealed was the worst thing to ever happen to network television ever. Because now you have Rachel Maddow and guys like Pete Hegseth and all these. I can't stand. Listen, guys, this is hot take. I don't like Anderson Cooper.
That's not that hot of a take.
Okay, fine. I'm going to do another one. I don't like John Lemon.
That's not that hot of a take.
Okay, fine. I'm going to do another one. I don't like Tucker. All right, that's not a hot take.
That's not that hot of a take.
That's not a hot take. Actually, I like what Tucker Carlson's doing now.
Yeah.
From conceptually. I don't like his politics, but conceptually, I like what he's doing now that he's independent.
You know he's the heir to the Swanson TV dinner fortune?
Oh, I know that. I know that.
That's insane to me.
Oh, I know. Believe me, I know that.
Oh, of course you do.
That's the funniest thing ever.
It's the best.
That's the funniest thing. What fortune? Who is eating TV dinners? Dude, their fortune is 7 cents.
Yes.
Okay. Do people actually eat TV dinners? Are TV dinners still a thing?
Yes, but Trader Joe's made them nice again.
Oh,
you go to Trader Joe's, you get a frozen meal, and you can pretend that you're a cool person.
Yeah. You're not pretending that you're eating this out of a bright orange plastic tray on your couch in front of it.
Yeah, it's not sad anymore.
In front of a tiny CRT.
Dude, I used to eat TV dinners. Kid Cuisine?
Kid cuisine's a TV dinner?
Yes, for children.
I've never had it, but I've heard of it. I've seen ads. I always thought that was kind of cool.
They're so fun.
I was like, I want kid cuisine.
They're so fun. They have like SpongeBob themed ones.
I like the SpongeBob toothpaste. Yeah. You like SpongeBob toothpaste?
I don't know about SpongeBob toothpaste.
It would all be bubblegum flavored. That was the only flavored toothpaste I've ever had. I loved bubblegum toothpaste. I'm pretty sure I ate it, which was not good for me. But listen, if I stand by this. If they made flavored toothpaste for adults, I would get it. I have flavored. Have you seen the flavored toothpaste I have in my apartment? Freshman year, I bought it as a gag and I never opened it. But honestly, I might actually.
You have flavored toothpaste?
I have flavored toothpaste. It's bubblegum flavored.
I cannot stand the taste of bubblegum.
Really?
I used to have flavored toothpaste and it was fake watermelon flavored, so it was like that artificial watermelon taste.
I don't listen. I'm a bubblegum fan. I like the bubblegum flavor. I can understand not liking bubblegum itself because the flavor disappears immediately and now your jaw just hurts. But bubblegum flavor itself is objectively good.
I don't think objectively.
Well, you're objectively wrong and ontologically evil. Anyways, Waffle House, egg prices. My goodness. Egg prices are up. And then restaurants are adjusting accordingly. Yes. There is an egg surcharge. I can't do this. There's an egg surcharge. I'm sorry for yelling. There's an egg surcharge. Why do I have to pay more for breakfast? Okay. It's the most important meal of the day, and I'm supposed to pay more for it?
I want to point out that you have been to Waffle House, one time?
But I've eaten breakfast many times.
Of course.
If I wanted to go to the Denny's on Baltimore Ave and get breakfast, they're going to charge me 50 cents extra. I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
But they ruined Waffle House. They ruined it. Waffle House, I've only been there once, granted, and I did not get breakfast. But Waffle House has a special place in my heart. I did
Your
get
meal had eggs in it.
No, it didn't.
I thought it did.
No. It had hash browns.
I thought it was like a scramble. Oh,
No. I got something with hash browns. But no, Waffle House had a special place in my heart, and no longer. They were up there with like Costco in terms of being a food for the people.
Yes.
They're not food for the people anymore.
Because
they're food for
their 50-cent egg charge.
They're food for the bourgeoisie elite. You raise my egg prices by 50 cents?
Dude, their like full meals are already only like $8 to $10.
Not a single meal on there on that picture you're looking at right now says $8.
Okay, well I'm not looking at like
something there says $4.
Yeah.
But that looks like an appetizer. Or like some sort of addition.
You can get like 4 pieces of meat for $4.
Brother. Listen, Waffle House is not for the people anymore. I don't care if they stay open during hurricanes and then they open, or they close like a minute for hurricanes and then they open immediately after. I don't care about any of that. I don't care. You raise the egg prices by 50 cents, you're dead to me. You are part of the elite that's ruining the world. You take my egg price. You're up there with BlackRock.
Oh my God.
Waffle House and BlackRock are at the same spot now because of the egg prices.
Way.
Yes.
No.
Yes. Listen, how many times have you been to Waffle House? What, like 3 times?
I used to go to Waffle House all the... My family's from Western Maryland. There were Waffle Houses everywhere. Oh,
shout out Western Maryland. I know there's a lot of things going on in Western Maryland, and I'm praying for you all.
Yeah?
I
don't know what's going on in Western Maryland.
I think they're just unhappy.
I was there the other week to go to church.
Are they happy?
Actually, they didn't seem that.
Listen, I'm going to keep this real. Western Maryland, I'm praying for you because you guys aren't happy. Or if you are happy, I'm praying for you because you live in Plato's Cave. That's all I'm saying. You're looking at silhouettes. You're worried about what letters are on the CDC website. Those are the shadow puppets on the wall.
Wow.
You need to go outside and realize that the real issue is egg prices in Waffle House.
Yeah?
That is the truth. That is the fact check, real American patriot truth right there.
All right.
And all I'm saying is that if you want to see real change, you will go to your Waffle House and you will harass the waiter until they lower the egg prices.
The waiter that's just like hunched over the counter after their 12-hour shift.
I don't remember there being an egg surcharge. Do you think you can get rid of it for me? I've gone to this Waffle House for 40 years.
And that's when they break. They jump the counter and
they jump the minimum wage employee at the Waffle House. How many employees? They don't really staff a lot of employees, right?
No, it's like 3 people.
Yeah. One of the all 3 of the Waffle House employees jump the counter and attack you.
Yes.
Oh, please, can I use a coupon from 1979? I got this when I got this on a very special day. What happened in 1979?
I don't don't know.
I don't know. I don't know history. Okay.
It's like in grocery stores, some of them, I know Food Lion does this. If there's a sale going on and they run out of the product or the price is upped unexpectedly, they can write you a rain check note where you can come back and get the product for its sale price.
That's disgusting.
I know.
That's
I hated
disgusting.
writing rain check notes.
Is it like, do they have official papers for the rain check
Yes.
notes? Wow.
They look like a little check.
That's so silly.
Yeah.
writing in the amount where you usually put the money, you're putting like eggs.
Yeah, you write down like eggs.
Yes, I'd like to deposit this check, please. I'm
Check
forging.
for eggs.
I'm gonna start forging checks at Lion King.
At Lion King?
Or what's it called? Not Lion
Food
King.
Lion?
Food Lion. Sorry, I'm not poor. I shop at Whole Foods.
Oh, I know you do.
Yes, I shop at Whole Foods because I only eat real American food. I eat cows that have never been vaccinated in their lives.
Wow.
You see what happens when you don't get vaccinated, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mitch McConnell just fell down the Senate floors because he has polio in his leg.
He has been at death's door for years.
I don't know why. Look, I'm sure he is a very great husband and father or whatever.
Well,
I don't know anything about him. All I will say is, like, if you're going to be in the public spotlight for that long and control so much, like you there's a reasonable expectation that at some point I'm going to be like, will you just die already?
Well, I don't know what he's holding on to.
I
don't think his seat would be like if he left. I don't think his seat would switch parties. Like I think it would
exactly. He would just go to another Republican.
It would just go to another
It would just go to
Republican,
another.
so he's not losing.
My
anything
question
if
is,
he leaves.
like, the bills can't be that high. The bills can't be that high for you to be staying in there
No.
when you are dying on camera. C-SPAN, if I tune into C-SPAN right now, I could just watch a live film of Mitch McConnell's health deteriorating. All right?
Yeah.
At that point, you exist for public spectacle. The only times I've seen Mitch McConnell in the news in the past like 4 months is because he is like showing signs of someone who is like the Grim Reaper is chasing him and he's got like an army of people to like hold them off.
Yeah, that's all he's got.
Yeah.
I've never seen him talk. I've only seen videos with like the sound cut off of his hands like moving around, and they're like he has bruises all over his hands.
Listen, if you heard him talk, it would not inspire confidence.
Really?
He doesn't have a young virile voice like me. Okay?
Like you? All
Like
right.
like me. I have a young, I have a passionate,
Almost boy-like.
I have a childlike voice. And it's filled with youth, and it predicts a long-lasting future into old age where I eventually become Senate, and I live until I start dying, and then I stay there until I literally die. I will be in hospice care. Did you see about that Texas congresswoman who was literally in a nursing home and still wouldn't give up her seat?
That's insane.
She was in a nursing home, didn't show up to any votes, didn't do her job, still collected that paycheck.
That's crazy.
That might be bills might be too high because I've never heard of her. She doesn't have like private sector money.
Yeah. That's insane.
But I don't know if she's still in the nursing home, but she was at least at some point while being in the Senate.
Wow.
Or maybe she was I think she was House. I think she was House. Anyways, they ruined Waffle House.
Of course.
They ruined my life.
Really?
They ruined my life.
Aw.
I can't drive 40 minutes to a Waffle House to get terrible food anymore.
All right. Wasn't
Because
that bad.
The egg cost displaces the gas cost.
Yeah. What about the experience though?
I've already been.
Really?
I've
Only
already
have to
been.
do it once?
It's like a one and done thing.
I guess.
You know?
I guess. They're all kind of
But
the
it
same.
could have been not one and done, but then they raised the egg prices.
Of course.
I could have gotten everything on the menu, like, gradually. I could have taste tested, and then given this Waffle House a Michelin star. It's not going to happen now.
Wow.
It's not going to happen. And that's just the reality of it, all right? Because when you want to ruin my life as a God-fearing American citizen by raising the egg prices by 50 cents, that's 2 quarters. I could buy 2 Bubblegums.
Yes.
I could buy myself a lemonade.
I want to point out that you just said you hate bubblegum.
I could, though.
I suppose.
You think I'd do that for egg? No, I wouldn't go to an egg vending machine and put in 50 cents. I would put it in at a bubblegum vending machine.
Okay.
Because I like bubblegum at the mall when I'm chewing and I'm going shopping. And then I also like getting lemonade.
I will put money on the fact that you have never bought a bubblegum, like a gumball.